Ryan. So I read your description of the work and how you approached it, and I will talk about it that way. Um, I'm interested in this person. I'm assuming she's your wife. Um, there's a kind of intimacy in these pictures and a kind of willingness to pose for you that I think only partners have. And actually, I lost it. I had my kids did it for a while too, and now I'm needing to find some new willing participants, um, because definitely the partners that I've had in my life have gotten sick of it very quickly. My present partner won't even. Anyway, whatever. All of this does not matter. Uh, but I'm like remembering back to when I was in grad school, and the man who became my husband, he was my main subject, and I really spent so much time photographing him. And as soon as we had a baby, he was like, "All right, you can photograph the baby. I'm done with it." Anyway, that wasn't really true. Anyway, so let's go through these pictures. I was immediately kind of interested in this one. It's a little bit of a snapshot, but it's also this like really. I mean, this is where I thought there's kind of a little bit of a gesture of maybe somebody getting dressed or about to go leave the house, or I'm not sure exactly what's happening. It could just be a friend leaving the house, but there's something about this that I'm interested in this picture. I'm also really interested in this picture. I know you talked about trying to avoid the blown out whites, and this feels like a picture that's kind of an anti-picture, not really anti-picture, but you're some of the rules you're not obeying necessarily, and I don't mind it. I mean, partly because her face is so sharp and so well lit, and the expression is so open in this way. I think this might be my favorite of all of them. I mean, it's tilted a little bit, which, the road is at an angle, and there's ways in which it feels like it's not formal, but there's also ways, and it isn't, but there's ways in which it has this offhanded, again, intimacy. I mean, this first two, these kind of casualness that's nice about them. This one, where I presume you used a flash on it, is a little bit different. Her expression's a little bit more guarded. I'm a little bit more distracted by the contrast in the light on her face and then the light in the background. So this picture doesn't work as well for me because of those reasons. Sorry about that. And then this one again, she's looking a little bit shocked. And I'm putting it with the first two in this kind of like almost day in the life, or almost this relentless, like you're following around in this relentless way. But you definitely, I can see that you're paying attention to the lighting on her face here. And then this one again is a little bit different. I think the light is a little harsh and a little less effective, but it is well lit. Her face is well lit. And then again, this one, I'm looking at them and I'm kind of thinking about what's happening. This one has her face is a little red in this picture. It's a little bit, the whites look okay, but there's just something about the tonality of her skin, which is such a hard thing to do. And then this one's less effective for me. I think the lighting again, I think the lighting of the restaurant, it's kind of, competing. I'm distracted by the illumination in the case back here. It's really pulling me away from her. And then again, this one's less effective too. It's not as sharp, and it is like a picture that you take at a restaurant when you're sitting with someone. So I have this problem. So anyway, so I'm interested. This feels to me like a study, right? A study of pictures. I'm guessing it's your wife. I think she feels like she's humoring you to a certain extent. She's actually a super interesting subject too. I think she's got a really interesting face. I think she's super photogenic. I would love to see this be something you continue with. I think this could be really interesting as you start to edit it through, and I think there's a potential here for this intimacy, for this for this. Intimacy is an overused word, but something expressive and something super personal that can be more interesting than just your life. I think you need to take more pictures of her, and I think you need to edit it down. But I think she's a good subject, and there's some really interesting beginning shots here. And again, this is really different from some of the other ones. Anyway, I hope that helps. And so I guess I feel like you're playing with that kind of as you said, you're trying to get kind of how do you make an aesthetically pleasing portrait. But I also feel like some of the ideas that you're exploring is, how do you photograph someone you're really close to? And I think there's definitely a kernel of something really interesting there. Yes. So I'm excited to see more. I hope you photograph her some more for this class.